Today, we're diving into what may become one of the most emotional and defining royal stories of the year. This is not about headlines chasing drama or tabloids hunting for clicks. This is about King Charles, a Christmas season filled with reflection and the very real possibility of a long-awaited family reunion with Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex. Behind the palace walls, something deeply human appears to be unfolding, and it's a story that deserves to be told with care, empathy, and honesty. According to emerging reports, King Charles is seriously considering extending an olive branch to Prince Harry and Meghan this Christmas. And this time, it's not being framed as idle palace gossip or speculative tabloid chatter. Sources close to the monarch describe a moment of profound personal reflection, driven not by optics or royal image management, but by something far more powerful: time. The king has confirmed that he will be scaling back his cancer treatment in the new year, and insiders say this has forced him to confront the reality of his own mortality in a way that cannot be ignored. At the heart of this story is a father, a man who, despite wearing a crown, is grappling with the same fears and emotions any parent would face when confronted with uncertainty about the future. There is a growing sense that King Charles is deeply aware that this Christmas could be unlike any other, potentially even his last. That realization, according to those close to him, has shifted his priorities in a dramatic and meaningful way. What makes this moment especially significant is that an invitation to Prince Harry has not been ruled out. In fact, sources suggest it remains very much a possibility. If Charles truly wishes to spend meaningful time with his immediate family, then Harry and Meghan cannot realistically be excluded. The idea that the king may be willing to put family above royal protocol marks a major departure from the rigid traditions that have historically governed royal life. One insider close to the situation described it in a strikingly simple but powerful way, saying that the emotional door between father and son was never fully closed. Despite years of public fallout, painful interviews, explosive documentaries, and books that laid bare deeply personal wounds, that emotional connection never completely disappeared. Beneath the noise, the bond between Charles and Harry remained, fragile perhaps, but not broken. This perspective echoes what Harry and Meghan supporters have long believed. Family bonds do not simply vanish because of conflict, distance, or even betrayal. Love does not stop existing because relationships become complicated. And now, faced with a health crisis that reframes everything, King Charles appears to be recognizing what truly matters. Another source explained that after an incredibly turbulent year marked by ongoing health concerns and the continuing repercussions of Prince Andrew's controversies, Charles wants this Christmas to mean something more. When life becomes uncertain, the things that once seemed critical: protocol, hierarchy, tradition, can suddenly feel secondary. What remains is the desire for peace, closure, and connection. The same source added that despite positive updates regarding his cancer treatment, the king understands how quickly circumstances can change. There is an awareness that if his health were to take a turn, this Christmas might represent his final opportunity to bring his family together under one roof. That realization has reportedly had a profound impact on his thinking. This is where the narrative shifts away from royal drama and into something deeply human. This is no longer about palace politics or press strategies. This is about a man who wants to see his son, a grandfather who wants to know his grandchildren, someone who wants to heal old wounds before it is too late. Perhaps the most revealing insight comes from those who say Charles is now being guided more by mortality than by monarchy. For an institution that has survived for over 1,000 years by rigidly adhering to tradition and hierarchy, this represents an extraordinary shift. It suggests that King Charles may be prepared to challenge convention, even at the risk of internal criticism, in order to prioritize family. There is quiet speculation that this could be the last Christmas where he feels physically able to host the entire family, which is why there is growing belief he may attempt to draw Harry and Meghan back in, even if only for a short and carefully managed visit. This is not about repairing public image or winning favour in the press. This is about a father choosing love over resentment. From Harry and Meghan's perspective, such an invitation would carry enormous emotional weight. They have never suggested they wanted to permanently sever ties with the royal family. What they have consistently emphasized is the need for boundaries, emotional safety, and protection for their mental health and their children. At the same time, both have spoken openly about their love for family and their hope for reconciliation. Harry has been particularly clear about wanting his father to be part of his life and wanting his children to know their grandfather. Meghan has spoken movingly about the pain of family separation and the longing for healing. Together, they have indicated a willingness to engage in dialogue, provided it happens in a way that is respectful and healthy. If an invitation does come, it would signal that King Charles is willing to meet them halfway. It would acknowledge their choices without demanding they return to royal duties or conform to expectations that previously caused them harm. Most importantly, it would send a powerful message that family matters more than institution, and love matters more than image. This kind of gesture could open the door to something much larger. A single Christmas visit could lead to renewed communication, gradual rebuilding of trust, and more consistent contact. It could allow Archie and Lilibet to develop relationships with their royal relatives. It could demonstrate to the world that reconciliation is possible, even after years of very public conflict. And there is another layer to this that often goes unspoken. Healing would benefit everyone involved. Charles would gain precious time with his son and grandchildren. Harry would have his father back in his life in a meaningful way. Meghan would see her husband reconnect with his roots. The children would experience their heritage. Even Prince William could, in time, benefit from having his brother present in some capacity. Of course, none of this would happen overnight. Boundaries would be essential. Difficult conversations would need to take place. Trust would have to be rebuilt slowly. But healing always begins with a first step, and a Christmas invitation could be that step. The fact that King Charles may be willing to take this risk, despite everything else happening around him, speaks to growth and emotional maturity. It suggests a man who is learning from the past and choosing to lead not just as a monarch, but as a father. For those who have supported Harry and Meghan, this moment feels significant. Many have long believed they deserved understanding, compassion, and the freedom to shape their own lives. This potential invitation represents hope that the family can move forward, not by erasing the past, but by acknowledging it and choosing a different future. Whatever ultimately happens, this story reminds us of an essential truth. Behind the crowns, titles, and centuries of tradition are real people with real emotions navigating deeply complicated family relationships. A father hoping to see his son, a grandfather longing to know his grandchildren, a family searching for peace after years of pain. And maybe, just maybe, this Christmas could mark the beginning of a new chapter. One where love outweighs protocol, family comes first, and healing becomes possible even after the deepest wounds. So now I want to hear from you. Do you believe King Charles will extend that invitation? And if he does, should Harry and Meghan accept it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more thoughtful, supportive coverage of Harry and Meghan, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support means everything to this channel, and together we'll keep hoping for healing and peace for the Sussex family.